Ragnarok Zero Global.
Okay, so much in our version is different than
So very into lore. Okay.
So this is Wizard. People mainly play Monk on this game.
Back in the day, there were a lot of people just hanging around Pion or Morok or that.
So I played even before that was like third classes.
What's up, people? I'm back from Frankfurt from the offline meeting in the Ragnarok Zero Global community. That was such a cool experience. I got a new shirt. That's the highlight of the thing. No, but in all seriousness, it was a great time. Like, I've met so many cool people, like from the community and from Gravity themselves too. Like, I managed to snag a couple of really good interview, and everything, all of what I'm saying is coming in the later section of the video, right? But what I want to do here, not to waste everybody's time, is segment the video into 4 different things. So the first thing would be the news, the Q&A. So you guys left a lot of questions under my videos that you wanted me to ask Gravity. So that's gonna be that part, right? With answers that I managed to kind of gather from the presentation, from the community, from the Gravity themselves, from my personal interviews, all of that stuff. Then there's gonna be like a timeline or like a little bit of pictures, videos from the event. You know, I'll kind of try and go through and show you guys what actually happens. Then I'll move on to the interviews, so you can actually watch the whole thing. I interviewed a couple of people from the community, and I interviewed CM Ken and Patrick from the development team. And last, I will do some merch unboxing. Like, I got some merchandise. Everybody that was at the event got some merchandise. I'm just saying, maybe you should have went there. I'm just saying, you know, next time maybe get over there. All right, let's get to the news. See what I got. I actually got a lot of very kind of, to me at least, groundbreaking information. So here's the thing, I feel like I'm gonna be saying they as in Gravity, right? They're definitely thinking long term for Europe. Like they were talking about during their presentation, they were talking about their full ownership of their brand. There's so many different IPs, their directions for each one of them, and outside of that, they were also talking about like animations and like all sorts of different additional flavor stuff that was like around the brand itself, the brand being Ragnarok, right? Not only Ragnarok Online, just Ragnarok, like all sorts of different games for it. That Gravity seems to have presented it felt like a investor's presentation. It was definitely a press related presentation, which was really cool. Like, I haven't been to one of those in quite a bit, so it was nice. It's like never in gaming too. So I'm definitely hyped for Gravity and for what they're doing. The vision is definitely there. If you paid attention to it and kind of understood what they were trying to convey to us, not only as players, but as people who spend money, potential investors maybe as well on the market in Europe, they were definitely trying to convey the like a solid kind of set in stone situation that they're following. Yeah, but for us, the players, my biggest takeaway is what we know from Taiwan Ragnarok Zero will likely not be applicable to us. Not everything, mind you. And most of that came from the interview with Patrick. So that's gonna be at the end of the video as well. I'm putting the full length interviews in there. But the gist is that they have kind of, I don't want to say experiment, but I don't really have another word for it. So I'm gonna like just call it, they kind of experimented with Taiwan Zero, what works there, what kind of could be done differently. And they're not going to repeat the same ideas or the same, again, I don't want to say mistakes, but there's no other word right now for it. So they don't want to repeat the same mistakes. They're gonna give us different solutions to different situations, and that applies to gear. That also applies to MVPing, to instances, pretty much the entire game. So I talked with Patrick about, you know, midgardhub.com and how I got all the information, all that stuff. And he was interested in all that, of course, but then he didn't want to let on too much that, you know, there might be changes. And I also specifically talked about like the star gear, the activated gear. There was just so much stuff that he said that I can kind of dig in between the lines and understand that, hey, this is gonna be a whole different release. Even though this is still Ragnarok Zero, it's gonna feel different from what we're seeing on the Taiwanese servers, right? Next up, what they were also trying to convey, and that also felt in between the lines mostly, but also kind of outside of the presentation. So after the official presentation was over and I got to like mingle with the Gravity people a little bit, they let on that they see a lot more than we think they do, and they definitely know a lot more than we think they do. Like, we as players in our little communities sit there and like, oh, Gravity should be doing this, blah blah blah. They know all of this stuff. Like, when I was like actually going into examples and actual community issues with the Gravity team, they knew all of it. They were aware of all of it. They have a far deeper understanding of all these issues than even like the top of us as players have. So like the top 1% of players that have played this game for forever, these guys made this game. They watched us play it. They have the data. They definitely understand the issues. They choose some solutions because of those data as well. They're still collecting it, but it's not like, what I'm trying to say is I have a feeling like these guys definitely know what they're doing, and they observe us as players for sure. And that's a good thing, by the way. It's definitely good. So they're just not, you know, hey, we need more money, we're gonna release this cash shop. Like, no, like there was a lot of talk about cash shop too, in terms of that, how they perceive the cash shop. They tested those things, when they matter, where they do not matter, all this stuff, the gear, the direction that the gear is taking you, all sorts of things. And updates wise, just it's such a general statement, but if you dive, like if you listen to the interviews and if you listen to CM Ken's recap of the live stream, because I'm pretty sure he live streamed the entire presentation, you will definitely know that, right? On the subject of cash shop, they're constantly debating the cash shop items and seeing what we use during the open betas. So that's why the open betas were so important, that we actually played them as if we were playing with the regular money that we had in cash. But of course, it's never gonna be like that. But they also understand that, right? And the service. That's why the service were also extremely vital. And I was trying to say that many times. 2G was trying to say that many times. Please fill up the service if you like something, if you do not like something. They definitely constantly refine this. And I'm pretty sure at release, the cash shop is gonna be different from what we've seen during the OBTs. So there we go. And one last, on this slide only, there's a whole second slide coming. One last talking point from here is they definitely want to focus on party play. So the reason they got the auto hunt in there is that, okay, they understand the game is grindy. That's the way it's designed. So the auto hunt is supposed to help us with those grindy parts, because our lives are a lot different right now, but the actual core of the game is gonna revolve around party play. So if you're like, you know, this nostalgic type of player that remembers the times from the past where you used to party and like to kill MVPs, party to level up, all this stuff, this is definitely going to be there. And once again, this subject was brought up by Daniel from Discord in his little interview with Patrick. He was questioning him about the social aspects of the game, which I actually did record as well, so you can watch that at the end of the video. And Patrick gave a lot of insights on Gravity's focus for party play, which I think is great. I love people partying up and like grouping up, organizing things to kind of conquer a major challenge. I have so many points that I would make to it, but I'm gonna end this right here and move to another slide. All right, next talking point. So during the official Q&A section after the presentation, I asked the Gravity panel about the roadmap, the same roadmap that they presented on the website a couple of days ago, because it seems fantastic. It's packed full of content, but I was wondering if they have, if they have it in them to continue the same frequency of updates, like release something major every month. And what they led on was that yes, but they also have a lot of exclusive content planned for Zero that we do not even know about. So do not worry, kind of that situation. Like, don't worry about it, we got it. Because I was mostly coming from, hey, can you guys like come up with so much content from the past, pretty much, because that's what the roadmap kind of shows right now, which kind of isn't that true, because they're mixing it with a lot of Zero exclusive content as well. It's gonna be a very, very fun situation to actually experience when the game releases. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. Next up, we can actually expect a lot of flavor things, like content. So new big GM remixes, new towns with like iconic areas from Europe as well, all of that stuff. yeah, I don't want to let on too much because it's better explained in CM Ken's stream. If you watch the presentation, there's a whole panel about it. It was interesting enough for me to mention it over here. By the way, I just noticed how my voice is actually really raspy, but I do want to continue this video, so I'm gonna keep recording. They're definitely exploring RO Factory into costumes and more. Okay, not definitely, but they are exploring. Like, I asked them the question in the quote-unquote after a press-only Q&A, and they said, okay, it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge because the game items, the visible in-game items, require a lot more graphic files because they're running on sprites. But they're looking into it. It's something that they just started out with, so it's not like super prio on the table. They're trying to see how we behave with the footprints first, and then exploring it. They talked about it, so it's probably somewhere on the table. So I'm excited because I would love to like be able to design my own costumes in the game. That'd be crazy, right? Also, somebody asked about War of Imperium. I think it was Limped and one other guy that were talking about PvP and War of Imperium. Just as they will be monitoring War of Imperium for possible improvements, which is very, very nice. Like, the game needs it for sure. And that applies to the game itself, to the game mode itself. Not only, okay, will we use certain cash shop items in there? Like, the game doesn't revolve around cash shop, guys. Just give it up already. So yeah, because we talked about War of Imperium, like, you go in there and you get immediately squashed by like 20 other people. It doesn't matter if you have all the buffs from cash shop or not, you're gonna die, right? You're gonna get deleted. Yeah, they definitely want to dive deeper into get pouring because there was a positive response to it. There was a person that asked about it too, so it's gonna stay there for sure. And I'm pretty sure they will come up with more integrations between get pouring and Ragnarok Zero Global because it makes natural sense for it. Oh, there's a fly here, jeez. Anyway, I want to end the news on they definitely know the game better than anyone right now does. So whatever you hear from me, from any other person on YouTube, we're all just guessing. We still haven't played the game, right? They kind of made us feel like you guys are right on a lot of things, but there's so many things that you don't know that you're gonna be super surprised. That was the tone of the whole conversation with them. So I'm excited for the release. It's like a month from now, so it's gonna be very exciting 30 days. And then the next, as we progress within the game, it's gonna be like rediscovering the whole thing. So yeah, don't assume that whatever you see on like YouTube, on Twitch, anywhere else, on Discord is gonna be set in stone. People confuse versions of this game. We talk about Taiwan Zero because it's the only kind of reliable source that we got even available right now on the market. But still, Ragnarok Zero Global is gonna be a lot different, and I invite you to watch the videos at the end of this one. So the interviews, especially with Patrick, because he lets on to some very, very valuable information. And that's it from me. I want to keep this as short as possible, and I already talked a lot. Right, now I want to show you a couple pictures from the event so you know who is who and who I met, and then we move on to the interviews. So Lind and I just kind of snuck a little bit earlier onto the floor and got to meet with CM Ken and with Patrick. So that's the guy that I was talking about earlier. Lind is over there, and of course that's me in here. As Lind and I arrived earlier a little bit to the event, we got our badges a little bit earlier too. I have one right here. I'm gonna show it to you. It's mine. There we go. Maybe it's gonna come up on the green screen. There we go. It's pretty cool. Other than that, I tried mounting a Peko, but it didn't want to let. Other than that, I took quite a few photos with the community, the people who I got to know through the Discord. So Daniel's an example, Wizard is over there, Reedy's over there too. So many different people, so many different pictures. I don't want to bore you guys with so many pictures, so I'm just gonna leave this one as in. 1, 2, 3, we are! So yeah, it was super exciting to meet every one of you guys, to meet the team and Gravity. Like, I think I left all my emotions at the event because I'm still super like kind of fuzzy, and I don't have my natural like kind of explosiveness to me, and maybe I'm just tired from all the flying. So yeah, let's get to the interviews right now, and that will be it. I definitely encourage you to watch the interviews. There's people that play the game, there's people that make the game, there's a CM Ken in there too, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Right, so you got CM Ken over here. Hello, it's like, hello. Obviously, right? Everybody knows the guy. He's like the most
Thank
So
you.
what do you call that? Like the most known phase of the game of Ragnarok Zero Global for now.
So.
So I got two questions for you, Ken.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, are you still gonna continue streaming? Because they're actually really cool to watch. Like when the game releases.
Yes, definitely. I think for us, for all the streams, we definitely want to push our content creators like Ryan himself to showcase more. But for our side, we will be continuing doing live streams on updates, new game modes, new game features within Ragnarok Zero Global. And hopefully, you know, we have more community events that we want to invite you all to join as
That's
well
awesome.
to win some prizes and goodies. We will host it for you all.
Yeah, because it's a whole different story when like I stream or like Lynn streams or somebody else, right? But when you guys do it, it's like whole different feeling. I really like the idea.
Thank you so much.
Second thing, I wanted to ask just for fun.
Okay.
Like, who's your favorite guy on Discord? Is it Grond?
Okay, we'll give him the credit. We'll give him the credit. Yeah. And Grant, if you're watching right here, we got something for you. So hope you can make it for the next event or the next community activity / function that we have lah. All right. And of course, all of you, don't worry. Everyone's my favorite.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's a favorite. All right, thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
So, you know, the point is that while not every player can be happy, we incentivize the party play and, you know, gathering in guilds or either talking to a countryman or like, you know, going to guilds in a more international way. Obviously, if we made MVPs easy to kill and everybody was able to do it in a very simple way, the whole meaning of MVPs is kind of lost, because MVPs are such a big and essential part of Ragnarok, right? I mean, now if you've played Ragnarok 20 years ago or even recently, you never forget your first MVP that you hunted, you know, on the E-field, right? You never really forget it. So here it's more, as I said, we focus more on the actual incentivization of party play in general.
The open field experience is not something a lot of MMOs do have.
Absolutely, like, you know,
It was a special experience back then and people were missing it, but
yeah,
people also see the problems with the monopolization. And,
exactly. And so the good thing is that, as we said, as our, you know, studio people said, Ragnarok Zero is different than Ragnarok Online. So there's still this feeling of discovery. Like I noticed that on Discord, for example, when we were doing both OBTs, people were trying to find more information, you know, about Taiwanese server or Ragnarok Zero from Korea. But actually our version is different.
oh,
So it gives more, again, incentive for people to actually go out and try to find things, you know, in the game. And this is a big difference with many modern MMOs where they would do OBT or they would just, you know, relaunch or do something. From the very first moment you log in, you know what to do, you know where to go, you know which quest to do, which item to get. It's already solved. And such a new, you know, new part of Ragnarok that is not solved yet. Like there will be many different parts that you don't know about, but you know.
a lot of info is definitely missing. I want to go back to the socializing question, socializing question, which you asked something, untouched something before, but
Okay, so quickly, we kind of I kind of data mined as well, yeah, right? That we're getting the star weapons, so-called the activated weapons. But from the effects, I can kind of assume the game somehow pushes us into a certain direction. So what I'm trying to say, it kind of limits the amount of builds that we can experiment with. And that's been, it's sort of a discussion between me and like my people, Daniel as well. That, hey, I want to play a rogue, for example, but I don't want to be pushed into playing the bow rogue that uses magic attack, for example. I want to play a dagger. At the end game, currently, it's not very viable. So the point here is, are you guys planning on expanding horizontally somewhere for those gears? Because I like the idea of those activated gears, of like farming them, upgrading them is crazy. It's like the graded gear from Ragnarok Online, but in a different environment, right?
So I think that actually the big difference if you play Ragnarok Online and Ragnarok Zero is that you notice how more often you get item drops from the monsters, right?
Yes.
So normally, if you wanted to get an item in Ragnarok Online, you'll be farming.
Just for the microphone.
You need to show yourself as well.
No.
But realistically, you'll be farming the same monster for a sword drop that has 0.2% drop rate, for example.
Yeah.
Here it's way different because the beauty of Ragnarok Zero is that since you can right away get items with 3 random options, they are different, and it gives it a lot of more replayability when you want to farm items. And when it comes to more horizontal progression, I don't want to give too much info, but once we launch second classes, it's going to be way better for you to see how all of the builds work, how the classes work. And at the end of the day, it's going to be according to you and your guild how you play out the, let's say, MVP race or PvP or WoE.
Okay, that's cool.
So many of the builds will be viable. Of course, in certain situations, melee classes can be a bit disadvantaged because you have to get close in, and and sometimes it's easier to fight in range. But this is something that, to be honest, we give more to our players to
try and
experiment with. Okay. From our side is that the item preparation experience is way different in Zero than what you're used to. So you'll have to see how different sets work, options work, and then you'll be able to play with this war.
So what you're saying is basically for us to figure out what the meta is.
Exactly, because
it's there, but
because you said that you're data-minded, but so much in our version is different than what you might find in Taiwan or in Korean version of Ragnarok Zero.
So it's also a lot different from the Taiwanese version.
Way different than what Taiwanese is. We have completely different direction when it comes to this.
That's great. Okay, that's probably the coolest thing forever.
As the dev team said.
Daniel, I'm gonna record you just off the bat, just so I can have additional footage right here. And I'm gonna ask you a question. What is the biggest thing you wanna ask Gravity?
I think about socializing because back in the day there were a lot of people just hanging around Pion or Morok, or there was dedicated spots and where people just hanged out and keep chatting. And nowadays in modern MMORPGs you don't have that at all anymore because everything moved out to Discord and other channels. And I wish that if there were something like dedicated hangout spots or maybe even an incentive, because like in Hogel there's this pouring race. If there's like incentives to stay there and hang around so people may organically chat, that would be cool, but you also need to prevent botting to abuse it. So I don't know how to implement it, or you can't force people to socialize, but it would be cool to have something like that.
If we could have some sort of like social incentive, that would be pretty cool.
And it shouldn't be too much about having progressed into the game. Because if you don't need to be level 90 with a lot of gear like in party play or MVP rates, then you are kind of locked out of socializing as well, and it reduces the amount of people that will be even out there, so it will be failing as well. So there needs to be some way to get people together, but I'm not sure how to implement it.
Well, I have an idea as we're talking. What do you think about like voice chat within the party, but within the party only, so no proximity chat whatsoever?
That can be fun actually, but some people are also anxious, so maybe they won't join any parties at all. So, but if you just normalize it and it becomes common, because in some games it is common and people don't mind, so could be good, but there should be different approaches, I think. Just try it out. And
cool insight.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Lim, I have a question for you. What is the best class in the game and why is it the monk?
So the answer from my heart is Sif with Rogue.
No, monk.
But yeah, I will mainly play monk on this game, so let's go for monk.
Right. No, but seriously. So you said rogue?
This is because I'm speaking with my heart. I think right now the best class, or in the future the best class, will be probably Knight or Sin, Assassin.
Okay. But what does it mean, the best class, by the way?
For me, the best class is a class that can do a lot of content by their own. Yeah. Earning money, dropping, killing high monster with high HP fast is one of the key facts. But of course, alone at some point you cannot do anything. So you need a team, most of it. You need support as well. And I hope that this server will provide a lot of things for the support class.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you. That's very cool. Hey, so this is Wizard, or Wizard, how do you feel? Hello. So the question is, for you, because I've asked Lynn the same thing, what is the best class for you in this environment? Because you're known for playing Genetic and Alchemist, and pretty much that class that can solo most bosses, right? But that's not going to be the case in Zero, probably. So I want to know your perspective.
I will be playing Wizard, actually, believe it or not.
Wizard will be playing the Wizard.
Exactly. Yeah, like I really love that. Like they already have access to the rebalanced high result spells, like Napalm Vulcan, the magic power that lasts for 2 minutes, stuff like that. I believe, like, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Wizard again. I haven't played it in a really long time, but I'm really excited to be playing with it again because
You're saying again, so you played them before.
yeah. Like on Referral on the French server, there was like a relatively big warlock player. Yeah, there are like some videos where like destroyed a whole guild or so. Some videos about.
That's cool.
Yeah. So really looking forward to playing some warlocks.
I love warlocks as well, but like high wizards maybe. I mean, I've played archmages for years, but how do you feel like? Because from what I've seen, at least, the damage doesn't really scale that crazy until the end game. Like I haven't seen wizards doing the highest level content, and I'm not talking about like memorial dungeons, just like Amatsus, for example.
Yeah, I mean, like I also haven't played like haven't watched too many videos about the thing, but just looking at the skills, like especially with the rebalance spells and everything, I believe like they can be quite fun to play.
Yeah, I kind of share that opinion honestly as well, because it's about the player for the most part, not the class, right? Thank you so much, Wizard. So hi, we have a new player over here that doesn't have an extensive history like most of us over there, and I was curious. What do you think is like pulling you into this game? Why are you trying this?
Well, I saw my boyfriend playing all the time, and I like the look very much. And I'm also very into lore. Okay, Ragnarok's not full of lore, but I like the world and the little story about the characters and the classes. And yeah. Almost the look, and I saw my boyfriend, and I was wondering, maybe I like it. Maybe.
But you said you like the classes. Which one do you like so far?
I played a mage in the beta, and yeah, because I thought be like the easiest one, maybe.
It is. Anybody who played mage in OBT had the easiest time for sure.
So I tried, but I'm also curious to play an archer. Yeah, because I like the
Yeah, nice choices. I like archers too. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun with Daniel. So you're a veteran player. Introduce yourself first.
Hello, I'm Trauson. I'm pretty much have been playing Ragnarok Online since I would say early 2000s. So I played even before there was like third classes and stuff like that. I pretty much jump up and down between the eras of Ragnarok Online. I've been playing official servers, private servers. We
don't talk about those.
Yeah, well, I know. I know, but I've been playing many different versions of the game.
So you're like a massive veteran. So here's the idea, or a question rather.
Yeah.
What's getting you back into the game? Like, this is kind of a new iteration. Why do you find it interesting?
Nostalgia.
Mostly nostalgia?
I mean, mostly nostalgia, and basically, I really want to see if they are gonna like keep it like okay. I want to see a more curated version of the classic version of Ragnarok Online, and I want to see if you can extract gold, like I say, but you need to refine. You cannot just say, hey, but I found a gold nugget. No, you need to polish the gold nugget. So I'm thinking about...
I think we're getting in, by the way. We're going to have to...
Yeah, no, maybe. Well, anyways. Yeah.
So we're going to have to cut the show.
Ragnarok Online.
Right. It's actually crazy. Just standing like this with a microphone, it's kind of crazy. I've never done this before. And I get people just coming up to me like, hey, I've watched your videos. Like, wow. Well, I'm glad they help. That's the whole thing.
So, last but not least, if you made it this far into the video, leave in the comments, like in all capital letters, merchandise or merch or Ryan, give me stuff. Something like this. So one of those three things, right? Because we're gonna be talking about those. They actually got like printed cards from they had actually like backs of real Ragnarok Online cards. That's the coolest part about it. And they do have codes in them. So each one of them has a one-time use code. So everybody got those, but since you guys weren't at the event, well, you didn't, right? So I'm gonna take one of those codes and give it to you. I'm gonna keep the golden feedback to myself. So yeah, you're getting one of those, one of the spores on the or the creamies or the orc hero or the moonlight. I can't hold 4 cards in my hand anymore. What happened to me? There you go. So you're getting one of those at random. If you leave the code merchandise or give me stuff Ryan. Either one of those 3. I only have 4 cards, so I'm gonna give out 2 codes maybe at best. It depends on how many people leave the comments. If there's like a lot of people leaving the comments, I'm gonna give out more, probably 3, right? So there's that. There's more, by the way. We got something like this. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna have to look in a second. It's small. It feels like I don't want to read it. I wanna guess it. It's kind of heavy. I don't know what it could be. Like a rubber? I don't know. Oh, it's a cable holder. It says right here, it's a cable holder. Okay, it's cool. Ragnarok Monsters cable holder. Let me see what I got. I wonder if is it like a pouring? Is it a fabric? Of course it's a pouring. Oh, there's 2 pourings. Look at this. I got an Archangel and a pouring cable holder. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I definitely need that. Like, there's way too many cables on this desk that I'm not even gonna show. It's like I have 4 laptops here, 1 monitor, 1 huge ass monitor. It's like microphone, a stand, the whole. Nah, there's too much stuff, right? So yeah, this is really cool and really helpful for me. So I'm gonna have a nice cable holder. That's awesome. Next up, there's a keychain. There's a keychain that we got. It's a cube, right? Yeah, it is a cube. I think you can. It actually is like a Rubik's Cube. I don't want to open it right now. This looks cool when it's sealed. I don't know, I just like the idea of keeping things sealed. Though the seal is kind of broken. But I'm pretty sure it's a Rubik's Cube that you can like make pourings with. Super cool, right? If you're good at Rubik's Cube, this will be up your alley. 2 items left. So I got a Muka gel pen. That's cool. Why not? I don't remember the last time I used the pen, but could be useful one day, right? And last but not least, a little bit of this fly got in here when the rain was going on, and like I opened my window, it's just not letting me be. Last but not least, a random pouring keyring. I am gonna actually put this one to use for sure. Like I got a bunch of keys to take care of. So there's like 6 different options. Yeah, 6 different options we can get. I can't read when it's just holding on camera, so give me a second. There's a pouring with drops, pouring with a backpack, pouring with a lunatic, king pouring, angeling, or deviling. So ideally, I would love a deviling or an angeling, preferably angeling probably, so I can just make a small punching bag out of it. I would like every single one of them. I mean, it's very, very cool. Like, I've never had any actual merchandise from Ragnarok Online. I only have the manhwas, which I guess could be considered, but the manhwas came before the game, so I don't really have any from the game. So that's really cool. Part of me doesn't want to open it at all. But yeah, let's go. Let's just give it a shot. I do not have my knife with me on this desk, so this might take a second. Alright, hold up. I got it. I got it. It's a deviling. It's a deviling. Look at these. It's a deviling. Okay, it's kind of heavy. I like that. I like heavy keychains. Look at it. It's so cool. Wait, I'm gonna like take it away from the microphone for a second so it doesn't like destroy your ears immediately, and I'm just gonna talk over it as I'm opening it so you don't hear all the rumbling. There we go. There's the deviling. That's kind of funny. Drop the card. Drop the card. Farm me.